We're back, 2 in 1 week. We're live at the Leeds match. It's around 5 minutes to. The weather just started chucking it down.
Yeah, we've just, fortunately, it's intimidating to say, but I bought an umbrella. People were getting nailed on Carrow Hill. The water was running down Carrow, and everyone's going, "Oh, what's going on?" Ooh.
Well, it was sunny around 10 minutes previously.
In shorts and t-shirt.
I was annoyed I didn't have my sunglasses. So the team's slightly different today, as expected. Tetic's being rested. Tribal's in. Also,
what's the situation with Pinto? Because I heard he was a question mark.
I think Pinto's playing.
Great.
But
Louis Thompson's stomach cramp.
Louis Thompson's in. It looks like Marshall's out.
Okay.
So I think we're playing 4-1-4-1. Okay. I think everything else is the same. My only concern about that is we've only got one natural winger in Onel Hernandez.
Yeah.
And that's a bit of a concern. We're going to have a lack of width unless it's going through him.
And they might well tunnel us in.
Leeds are flying high.
They are top of the league?
Well, they were until yesterday when Borough played last night.
Right.
Borough got a last-minute goal. Ayala, ex-Norwich, scored it. Albeit that was a long time ago. They was at Norwich. Don't know what's going to happen. I mean, it's going to be a completely different test to Preston.
Completely different. I mean, there's no doubt the Leeds are a quality side from what I've seen of them this year. There's a reason why they're doing so well. But having said that, it's so early.
It is early.
That's the funny thing, particularly as a season ticket holder, you live and die with every game. But actually, the Championship doesn't even start to really form until November, December.
I agree,
and even then, I mean, the year we went up, we were really tepid until Christmas, and then we ran roughshod all the way to the playoffs.
It's quite funny, and the year we last year we were in the top 6 still close to Christmas. And the year before we were doing pretty well.
So it's a long campaign, and consistency is key for any team who wants to get back up.
It's very rare that the team who's top of the league now finishes top of the league. It's a long way to go.
We've got Ipswich away next Sunday, so being nice and competitive today, I think, will set us up for a load of confidence.
Have to start well. We can't start with this. I think we have to go for the jugular early. The problem is that we can't start and just go, well, we'll pass it around for a while and
weather the storm.
And try Leeds out. We've got to get in behind them as soon as possible.
Give them something to think about.
Exactly.
Because there's no doubt they'll be up for the win today. They'll set up for the win and they'll play for the win.
Yeah, for sure. Tim Closer in the side. Maybe that indicates that he's not going to leave.
Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed.
What's it, the 25th? Yeah, it's a week left of the European window.
Because still, I mean, and it's something I've said with past teams that have been leaky, but with Pinto, Closer, Hanley, and Lewis, and
it's good.
And Tribal and Ortetti in front,
should be good.
We should be fairly shored up in terms of letting goals, but it doesn't feel that way so far.
He's one of our best players in the sense of technically he's a very good player. As a defender,
he's totemic as well. Isn't he? He's a personality.
And he's got good feet for a central defender. He plays well. We better get out there.
Then. I'll see you half time.
See you, bye.
Sorry, we were just talking about the UFC and it brightened our moods for a second.
For a brief moment.
Let's get back to business at hand. Well, we're 2 down against Leeds at home. Really starkly at the hands of 2 horrendous keeping errors, particularly the second one. But the keeper does his job. It's still 0-0.
I mean, we said before the game that we needed to come out of the blocks fast, and we did. We really put it to Leeds for, I'd say, 15, well, really until they scored. And we had a good chance. Pookie took a few too many touches, but we probably should have shot first time. I need to see it again. It's always difficult for us to actually get a good perception of what goes on. We sit front row. By sitting front row, you get a really action-packed perception of the game. You get players run past you.
That's what we pay our money for.
Yeah, you get to abuse the away bench. But sometimes your perception of what's actually going on is a little bit inaccurate, I guess. But having said that, I think Pookie should have shot earlier. Then they cut through us in the middle of the park. Whoever's playing in midfield does what's his name? Does Tribal far too easy. Tribal lets him go. He plays across. The guy hits a speculative header, which by all accounts Krul should catch. If you're not going to catch it and you're going to parry it over for a corner or parry it somewhere safe. He parries it forward and straight back, basically onto the penalty spot. Some guy runs up and just volleys it in. It's a volley, but it's still essentially a tap in.
Yeah.
Terrible mistake. The second one, There's a guy on the left-hand side. We show him down the line, as he should. Whoever's defending shows him down the line, making the angle tighter and tighter and tighter. And he just drills it through Krul at the near post, which is dreadful. What I would say is that Louis Thompson, who's actually come on second half, which really annoyed me. He needed to be changed half time. Has looked so slow, so sluggish. He's looked not match fit.
No.
He's getting overrun. He's ripped up. He's massive top half. How does that affect you in a good way as a football player? Why do you need to be that ripped? If anything, it's detrimental to your agility.
Yeah, I mean, I think we see it. You know, I think probably what's happened, he's had an Achilles injury, a long-standing Achilles injury, and what's he going to, an athlete wants to do something, so he's going to be in the gym doing what he can. But ultimately, particularly with something like an Achilles injury, he's not going to be getting in the miles on the pitch, so he clearly doesn't have the cardio.
He's not mobile. Yeah, he hasn't got the cardio, and he just doesn't look mobile.
No, and to be fair to Leeds, they have won the battle in the midfield. They've won the battle in the middle of the park. They've looked very good. Ono Hernandez has been very quiet. Linus are good. Pinto's been very good.
Our best player.
Despite the fact he was talking about stomach cramps before the game. But
the problem is that we've actually played all right. We played all right first half, but it doesn't matter how well you play. If you can see goals that shit, you're not going to win games.
Saving heroics, we've just thrown the game away. Anyway,
the game's over. All we can hope for is Leeds red card. Early substitute. I can't believe Louis Thompson's come on to start the second half.
Absolutely. I think we need to get Buendia on as well as an impact sub. But let's see what happens. We'll either score or concede.
Well, regardless of whether we score, I think Leeds are going to score again. So, as far as I'm concerned, this game is unfortunately over. But like I said, it doesn't matter how well you play going forward. If you can see goals that poor, we've given Leeds everything. They haven't even had to work for these goals.
No.
You're not going to win games.
No.
Well, even though the bells are ringing, we lost the match 3-0. I mean, we couldn't podcast immediately afterwards because we were so distressed. So we have walked into town because you're meeting your wife and your children, and you're going to have pizza. I'm going to meet my wife and my daughter. And we've just snuck in a sneaky beer outside the Forum Bar Marzano.
So that's Mancroft banging away.
Nothing really happened second half. We knocked on the door a bit, and then they scored, and it was over. I mean, you could argue it was over at 2-0.
Absolutely.
Leeds, it wasn't like we couldn't live with them. It wasn't like they did anything amazing. What we were saying on the way back, they were just very neat and very tidy in their work.
Yeah.
They didn't make any mistakes.
No, none at all.
And they defended brilliantly.
Yeah, they defended. I mean, one thing that struck me was how well they defended. Like, not only they were organised, but if there was a hint of Lewis or someone bursting through, particularly Lewis in the second half on our side, they were just so tenacious in making sure they kept up with the player, closing him down, showing him the line, all the stuff you're supposed to do. They just defended
and
extremely
well. And it's funny
when
you see the way they played and the result they got, it makes you realise football isn't that complicated, certainly not at this level.
No.
They were just neat and tidy in their work. They didn't make any mistakes.
Yeah,
and they worked hard.
Look, we imploded at the hands of two. Certainly. I mean, I need to see him again. Two keeping errors. The first one I wasn't.
I know the first one was bad as well.
But the second was absolutely horrendous. Two terrible. At the end of the day, we've played 5 games. We've conceded 11 goals.
Yeah,
it's not good enough.
Apparently, my brother sent me a message. He said Farke's won 4 out of the last 20 league games, and that's no good. I know we're fans, but that's not. Well, we're fans of him as a person, maybe not as a manager. But there wasn't that much in it. The fact is that we made a bunch of mistakes and they made none. And also they had. We did have chances. Yeah, we did. They closed us down very quickly. We needed to be quicker with our chances. But particularly in the first half, I didn't see. I mean, we won some corners, we had some set pieces, but I didn't. Just a Pookie chance. That was it, really. Yeah, I didn't really see what the plan was. I didn't obviously see what the plan was out there. And the shape seemed a little lopsided with, I mean, Hernandez, they clearly had pinpointed him as and said, the danger man. You don't let him get behind. He was just man-marked out of the game. Someone else very quiet. Jordan Rhodes was quiet. He was. I thought we played okay though, Jordan Rhodes. I thought Leitner played pretty well. I agree.
I agree.
I mean, there wasn't that much in it. It wasn't like we couldn't.
You clear up those 2 keeping errors. It's
Exactly.
0 going into deep water, and you're at home, and the fans are behind you, and then it's a different game.
No,
it's big ifs and buts at the end of the day. The better team definitely won today, and won.
But they're not that different to the side that they fielded against us the end of last season, and we smashed.
Yeah.
Not that we didn't smash them. That's an exaggeration. We beat them.
Yeah.
But they've just got a different coach who's come in, implemented, like we say, a neat and tidy style, and now they're top of the league.
Yeah.
And it was painful to be there. They completely stifled us out of the game. You know, they sucked the life out of the game second half. And they looked dangerous on the counter, and their fans.
Oh, awful!
I mean, fair play to them.
They bought tons.
They bought their whole allocation, and they were noisy throughout. But God, they were sticking it to us at the end, which was making
tough to bear, tough to swallow.
It was very difficult.
But yeah, I mean, and I think Leeds will beat most teams in the Championship simply doing that. I know they always say they're teams that are top now aren't top at the end.
No,
maybe they won't be top, but they'll be there or thereabouts if they can consistently play that style of football.
It's not complicated what they're doing.
No.
They're just very compact. They defend very well.
But frustrating because as we said, I think at the half-time bit, we had a really good go at them in the first 10 minutes, 15 minutes.
And we had a really good go at them at 2-0 down. We were still, we just weren't, what's the word I'm looking for? We weren't decisive enough in the final third, and we weren't quick enough.
No.
We're making decisions. We were taking that extra touch, which was allowing their defenders to get back and put in the tackle.
Yeah.
We needed a
maybe
just
we
pull the trigger sooner.
And maybe we weren't tough enough as well, particularly in the
we
field.
certainly weren't tough enough. But that's the thing, like this again. It's like the same set of problems that we had at the start of last season. So not towards the end. In that, when we got shoot against Millwall, and we just conceded really cheap goals, and we weren't diligent enough in defence, and we weren't putting it on the line enough. It's kind of gone. But we just need to. Put it out there more. But like you say, the shape wasn't great, and he made substitutions too late again. How long was it before he brought on Buendia?
Yeah, absolutely. And I think
too late. The game he brought
on
at 3-0.
He brings him on for Leitner, who was one of our brighter forces. And if we were, the game was well and truly lost by that point. You could argue, but if we wanted any creation in the game, we were going to need to keep Leitner in. I quite liked it. When he brought Buendia on against Preston, where we had. Both on the field.
I agree. And also then when he finally brings on Stiepermann and Srebeni, you're just like...
Srebeni.
Well, to be fair, he made quite a good run and was cynically brought down, which, brought a yellow card. When they brought them on, it was just like...
When Srebeni was warming up on the sideline, I said to him, "Hey, Srebeni, can you play in goal?"
Yeah, that was
and
funny.
He looked at me, and I feel bad because we don't like to get on the players, but that wasn't really getting on, that was just a bit of bounce, wasn't it?
Again, the referee today was Simon Hooper, who
was looking tubby.
Infamously, what tubby?
Tubby,
he always was tubby.
He used to look like Sad Sack.
Who knows who Sad Sack? Well, some people know who Sad Sack is. Poor old Sad Sack. But he infamously disallowed Cam Jam's goal against Crystal Palace. I think we were 2-1 down. It was I think it was one of the first home games of the season. We were 2-1 down.
Yeah.
That would have made it 2-2. We would have gone on to win the game. As a result, we lost the game. We went down by 3 points at the end of the season. So if you're going to be really hard on the guy, you could say he's totally responsible for sending us down. The year we went down. Old news now. Fact is that we're really struggling. We've lost 3, we've drawn 1, we've won 1, and we've got the scum next. So I'm not going to say the scum. We've got Ipswich next week. Who are bottom of the league.
Yeah, thank God something's going right.
But I can't take comfort from the fact that Ipswich are even shitter than we are.
No, I can't, not at the moment, because it feels...
at least Ipswich are even worse. Who cares?
I don't know whether it's an emotional thing, but I'm just... I thought this before we had the heroics against Preston. I just thought, in the first hour of our encounter with Preston in the week, I thought to myself, we're not competing this year.
No, when everyone talks about... I know we made the Farke rap, but really that was because it rhymes well.
Yeah.
And we like him, but, everyone talks about this time of transition. Well, naturally, when you're transitioning, you have an initial moment of struggling before you start to see glimmers of things starting to come through, and it's looking well. I mean, we're going to finish lower bottom half. We won't go down, but we'll finish. We're 17th, I think, at the moment. It wouldn't surprise me if we finish 17th.
No, it's probably about right, unless we have dramatic changes. Maybe Matt Jarvis will come back from injury and be the piece of the puzzle.
But Tim Krul is not looking good for him. Yeah, like we say, the mistakes change the game. At the end of the day, we probably don't lose the game if it's not for those mistakes.
No. And it is Leeds. There is no shame in it.
There's always shame at losing 3-0 at home.
Though, okay.
Imagine what they're going to do to us away. When think halfway through the season when they're right up there, which they will be, and we're down in the doldrums, and they play us at their place, they're going to absolutely tear us to shreds.
Yeah, something to look forward to. Don't think I'll be making that trip to Leeds. I do like Leeds as a city. It's just their football club. It's just their football club.
Well, look, we hate every single football club. Some more than others. At Leeds.
Yeah, there's some I don't mind.
I don't mind Everton. Apart from that, I hate all of them.
Yeah, I don't mind United because the chosen one. But
I like United. I've liked United since
purely
Jose's
because
been
of
in.
Jose, nothing else. Obviously, hate Liverpool.
Still hate United.
Arsenal.
I hate all of them.
Yeah, Chelsea.
I don't mind Everton, and I don't mind. Who wants to hear this shit? We're out, guys.
Yeah, bye.
We will podcast for the Ipswich game, but unfortunately we can't go, so we'll probably do some kind of like in front of the telly lane podcast. Hopefully the game's not lame. Bye, guys.
See ya.